Hello everyone and welcome to another Fallout 76 video. Today we're coming to you from the morning, so bear with me if I'm a little slow here, because I have a nice hot cup of coffee sitting next to me and I haven't had any yet. So today we're going to be doing workshops. I haven't really covered workshops at all, so I'm going to be doing a video for each one of the workshops. And today we're going to be doing DABNey Homestead over here. So this is over in the Mire. So the closest locations are Valley Galleria, Blake's Offering, and K-Max Transmission. I'm in the process of wanting to build a camp around here, and I felt it would be a good time to show off sort of this sleeper workshop that not a lot of people know about. So we're going to go over and approach it. Now, if you've never captured a workshop or you have no idea what workshops are, these are areas kind of like a second camp where you can build more objects. But when you log out and log back in, you won't have the workshop captured. It's sort of like a temporary camp location. There's also resource extractors here. So, for instance, if we go over here, we notice that there is food 6, water 8, fertilizer 1, junk 1, copper 3, concrete 1, and wood 1. So for food and water, we'll deal with those in a sec, but everything else other than food and water, that means that there's a resource node that you can put a resource extractor on, and you can get a return on those resources. This one is good because it has the junk, wood, and copper. Concrete and fertilizer are not particularly good, but junk, copper, and wood are worthwhile. So this one is a great place for farming copper if you don't want to do my copper run that I just posted. So, food and wood, this is an interval in which they will spawn. So, if you have 10 water generating devices, so water pumps, there's a rate of water which will appear. And regardless of how many devices you have, they will only fill up with water at that fixed rate. So, if I have 100 water pumps, then I'm still only going to get water at the same rate. Same thing with food. You could place 1,000 plants here, but they will only become pickable at a specific rate. So the higher the number, the faster that rate is. So if you're looking to plant down a bunch of crops in, let's say, farm adhesive, you'll definitely want to find one that has a higher food number. Or if you want to make a lot of chems and you need a lot of purified water, then find one that has a higher water number. So some workshops as well have power boxes. So, for instance, the converted munitions factory over here will have a power box that is, this one is connected to, I believe, Thunder Mountain Power Plant. There are 3 power plants in the game, and I'll do videos on those as well. And when you activate them, those power boxes will produce 100 power, and you don't have to have a generator. The downside is when you switch servers, if this power plant isn't captured, then you'll have to go through that again. So I had a camp set up near the Monongah power plant here that used the power box. So I had a rail that went over, and every time I logged in, I would capture the power yard and activate the power plant. And that whole process took me about 10 minutes. It was an interesting activity. It got tedious after about a month, so I stopped using that camp. So this is the workshop here. There's typically a few enemies guarding it. So we're going to deal with these rad toads. So we're going to go over here. So once the enemies are clear, you'll be able to claim the workshop. So under the quests on the right hand side, it'll say clear nearby enemies before claiming the workshop. So you'll just have to do that ahead of time. So when we claim this, we have to spend 25 caps, and other players may initiate PvP by attempting to claim it. So this flag's your PvP flag. Now, a lot of people get nervous about workshops because they feel that everybody's going to come and gank them. And I've been playing this game a month after launch, and I have had 7 people actually try to engage PvP with me while claiming a workshop. So, you know, you can either try to PvP with them. This game's PvP is horrifically unbalanced, so I don't waste my time with that. If you get an encounter with them and they keep harassing you, just server hop and that'll be the end of it. So again, maybe once every month or two, I might have somebody attacking me, but it's not really the end of the world. So we do get an award for doing this, and it's typically some a random building plan. So plans to build things for camps and some junk items. So now we own this workshop. Now, the moment you capture a workshop, you're going to get a defend quest. Sometimes it takes up to 5 minutes to spawn, but you'll get a quest to defend this workshop. Once you complete that quest will come up once an hour. So you'll have to defend it against a few waves of enemies, and just keep it safe. So one of the things about workshops is there are other resources around. So for instance, this one here has ginseng root, and it is also one of my go-to places for silt bean. So there are 6 silt bean plants in a close area here, and silt bean is great for making silt bean soup, which is +4 endurance, +5 if you're in a group with people in it. Let me just... There we go. +5 if you're in a group with people in it. With, where are we here? Yeah, +5. So also we have ginseng root. Ginseng root is not able to be farmed a lot of places commonly. There's not a lot of good foods for it. It was just sort of something that's there. 2 seconds here to finish looting him. And there's some other miscellaneous junk items around here, but for the most part, it's the silt bean and the ginseng root is really the 2 things that are important from here. So there's going to be some sort of information around here. Dear Tucker, in case you're looking for us, we've gone to Harper's Ferry. A fog, some sort rolling from the north. Oh, the defend quest has started. So at this point now we have to defend Danby Homestead. So we'll have 1:14 to prepare our defenses. You can build turrets and stuff like that, but we are in the mire and I am level 50. The enemies that will spawn as part of this are quite tough, and the turrets don't do much against them, so I will just take them out by giving them a good old 1-2 punch. I don't think I have my food buffs on. It's not going to be the end of the world, though. Yeah, I don't have any food buffs on. Maybe you should rectify that. Spoil. So if you ever want to find your craftable food buffs, just sort your food and drink by spoil, and you should get your most recent, or things that will actually spoil. 24 seconds. Once we're finished this defend quest, we'll go over building some defenses. So there is some workbench here at this one, and we have a spawn location for a plan. There's some miscellaneous junk up here. Oil canisters are really good these days. I've mentioned that in almost every video where I find them. Okay, so we're going to be fighting off blood bugs. We have to be careful with blood bugs. They have poison, and poison can be surprise dangerous. But they're weak, so I just sort of wait till they get into a group, and with my hack and slash, try to get an explosion. Nice thing is blood bugs will give us blood bug proboscis, which will give us acid. So workshops in the forest will often not spawn legendaries. Actually, they won't spawn legendaries. I've never seen one. So capturing ones in the forest is nice because the enemies that you fight will be capped out at level 50. Yeah, there's a lot more of them. So it's important here. See how there's a marker on the map? This is the last enemy for this wave, and if you don't actually kill the entire wave, the next wave won't spawn. So if you can kill them sooner than later, it does help. If they get all around the workshop, sometimes they can be hard to find. There we go. This is wave 2. That's a nice explosion. One more. And he got a nice crit. So legendaries. The Mire and if we don't get a legendary in this next spawn, I'll be surprised. The Mire and Cranberry Bog have the highest chances of spawning legendaries in my experience. I don't have data to back that up. No legendary? Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. 3-star legendary. So again, a 3-star legendary is very common for defend quests in these zones. We'll loot that afterwards. Come on. Oh, open a VATS through the window. He's too far away though. So we're gonna get some loot from completing this. So yeah, we get some junk items, some aid, often some ammo, and a plan. I have all the plans that you can get from this, so I don't need them. And they're really easy plans to get. People that tend to have a full collection of them. So they don't really sell for a ton, but they're available. So what do we get? A weightless, trapper leg. Yeah. That'll probably go in the script pile. That will go in the script pile. Okay, so now this is ours. So if you hold V, just like in any camp, you can bring up the sort of the build radius here. This is where you're allowed to build. So again, quite a lot of things. There is a unique item that you can only build in a workshop called a welcome mat. The welcome mat is a fast travel target that allows you to control where you fast travel to. So let's say you wanted to fast travel into here. Some workshops are quite big, and workshops don't intrinsically have a fast travel spot. Once you capture it, you can fast travel to it, and you can fast travel to workshops for free. So once you place that welcome mat down, you should spawn in on the welcome mat. So, again, it's a welcome mat clip through the floor. It's there, though. Yeah, there's the border of it. So I like to create myself a... oh, hold on 1 second here. So if you're working in a workshop, make sure you have the right perks on. So if you're working in a workshop, contractor is handy because it's going to reduce the costs of everything you build by 50%. And we'll take one of those and one of those. So I have contractor on because it's just handy. If you go over to blueprints, you can make a blueprint for basically a quick shelter. Blueprints, I'm going to cover in a separate video. They're very fickle, so if you want a blueprint to actually work, it's a lot of trial and error, and don't build something big and elaborate and then blueprint it and be upset when you can't place the blueprint because everything's floating. So we'll cover blueprints and how to work with them because, again, a lot of times people don't use this feature because of how difficult it can be. So we're going to... I got some grass clipping. It's not the end of the world. Okay, on the right-hand pane here, you're going to see that Flying Fortress 4.1 version. There is lines that are highlighted green and lines that are highlighted white. So the green items, there is a budget at the camp for you. I'm using page up and page down. There's probably some way on the console to scroll through this. The workshop has a budget of items that you can call from to build that don't come out of your own budget. So if it's in green, it's being comped by the workshop. So for instance, the 29 cloth that I'm paying for, there might be 10 covered by the workshop, and then I'm paying the rest. But basically white means that it's pulling from your inventory. Green means that it is pulling from the workshop's inventory. So you can see things here like the steel, 47 steel's already all paid for. So a lot of people feel that, well, they spend resources setting up a workshop to not get as many as they put in. But again, you're not paying for a lot of it. So placing this entire thing down is going to cost me 1 nuclear material, 1 fertilizer, 29 cloth, and 1 bone. So I can drop this here, and I create basically all of my needs and resources in one flat platform. Pre-made structures work great for that, but you can also build a small foundation shed to take care of that. It's sort of a pet project of mine. So we get 2 acid apiece for those proboscis, and I got 16 from doing this, so that's 32 acid. So it's sort of a fun thing for me is to build a small portable thing that you can blueprint that has everything I need in it. So I build a scavenger. Come on. I build a scrap bot here as well, because you can have a scrap bot at every workshop you're in. So we're going to go over here and replace it because it's not allowing me to select what it farms. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Really? So it's giving me an error placing the scrap bot. It's giving me a few errors placing scrap bot. Okay, what's going on? So if this is an issue, we're going to find a foundation. Ooh. Floors, depending on paying attention. So we can do this as well. And resources. So if you ever have a problem with your... Okay, it was just highlighted red. Okay, let's replace that. That red was just a visual bug. We'll deal with that in a sec. Okay. So if we go back over here to resources, we can see resource nodes. So the resource node will highlight green when you can put something on it. And it'll only show you the available extractors you can place. So that's a copper extractor. Oh wait, we're on concrete. So there's only 1 concrete. We know that there's 3 copper here, so we're going to want to drop 3 copper extractors. So 1... 2 and 3. Where's that 3rd copper? I didn't place my thingy on it, did I? No. Okay, we'll do the next one, which is wood. I know that's over here. Where's that? This is the fertilizer here. Yeah, that's fertilizer. Let's see if it's on the far side here. Where is that? Then we'll do the junk. Where's the junk extractor? Over here. Oh, there's a copper. Oh, it didn't highlight. Weird. 2 visual glitches today. This seems a bit weird. Normally, I would just log in and log out before getting too established with play if I'm having visual glitches like this. So each one of these extractors requires 10 power. So if we go over here to power generators, so you can choose what you want to do. You can either have a fusion reactor and run wires if you can craft a fusion reactor, or you can use these large generators. And again, we're still having materials comped from the workshop for this. Now, medium generators use about the same amount of materials, so you can put these out. You can put these out as well, and I think you get medium reactors almost near the beginning of the game. I think the first time you capture a workshop, you unlock medium reactors. So you can use 1 large reactor per. This is typically what I do because if fusion produces too much, and fusions use a lot of things like aluminum. So what does fusion use? Let me requalify that. Generators, fusion. So yeah, fusion uses 12 aluminum, 10 copper. So if it isn't comped, it's very expensive. Screws as well. So again, go with the large generator. It's not the end of the world if they break. And again, because I have that contractor perk on, it's reducing the build cost. So I'm finally now paying for gears myself. So all the gears are no longer comped.
How could anyone throw away this used toilet paper?
Okay, I'm intersecting an object. Okay, weird. Oh, there's probably a stick or something on the ground. Some of these sticks aren't destructible items. I was hoping that they fix that at some point in time, because you can't like auto bulldoze certain doodads or certain world objects, like trees and stuff, but like a little stick on the ground, it won't. It's fine. Root structures are like that as well. If they use roots on the edge of a cliff, you can't build over them. Okay, we didn't do the wood one over here. Object needs support. Let's just do this here. So I think we got them all covered. I think, but I don't know that we have them all covered. There we go. So everything's working away right now, so it'll be generating resources. I come back and check every 30 minutes, so on my phone I'll just set a 30-minute timer. I can come back and check on this stuff. Weird. Normally you can change the options of these guys. Okay, so we'll just keep this scrapbot going. It's worth having the collectron down because, again, this is a this will produce basically the same amount of resources as a junk extractor, so it adds an extra junk extractor to any one of your locations. So it's definitely worth having. They recently launched a Nuka-Cola version, which has been pretty exciting for me because I can pick up Nuka Quantums and stuff. Junk for me doesn't have a huge value. It's what I use to basically store extra caps in. So if I need caps, I will sell junk. If I need to lose caps, I'll try to buy junk. Where are we here? Resources. So this is the Nuka-Cola version here. Sorry, I keep wanting to hiccup. I apologize. Yeah, this is the Nuka-Cola version here. This will farm Nuka-Colas, and it's made out of a small fridge. It's actually my favorite version. So I've been meaning to switch over to actually have the Nuka-Cola version here all the time, but I haven't done that yet. So anyways, that's it for this video. This is basically it for workshops at this point here. Again, we come back every 30 minutes. So basically come back once and do a loot, and then we'll have to come back again and do a defend, and then loot again. And you can just sort of do this in intervals. So yeah, that's everything. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. If you have any comments or suggestions, please post it below. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next video.